Fitzroy. Although, Fiona, it's kind of interesting. There's a gentleman on this call right now that lives down the street, and a block away, his internet is 6 times what mine is.
Oh, wow.
So, I know.
You got to find out what's going on, what his in is.
They're just on a different corner of the street.
That's it, eh? It's just location. Wow.
Just location. So I know that if I ever move, that's going to be one of the big moving features, internet connections. Hey, Sabina, nice to see you. So,
nice to see you too.
Yeah, it's been a while. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will go ahead and get started because it's 2:03 and we can continue to let people in. But since we have 1 hour, a power hour, to get this taken care of, share some information with you and have some time for Q&A, we'll go ahead and take this away. So we are, just so everybody knows, we are streaming on LinkedIn Live. Don't be afraid. Well, I was about a month ago, but I'm getting used to it. So, welcome to Mad Events, and today Stephane Metral, founder and creator of Unified Remote Workplace, will be showcasing what does a virtual office experience really mean when it comes to communication with your customers. And I actually hear he has a special guest, maybe a couple of them that's going to join us, so I can't wait to share that. But first, here's how today's power is going to roll out. We're going to have an opportunity for everybody to introduce themselves. The first step in relationships is get to know your clients. So yes, put your name, contact information, your pitch, LinkedIn profile in the chat so people can reach out and get to know you. And I always encourage, I know that everybody's busy these days, but take the time to reach out to at least one person after the event. That's how you start a relationship. So then we're going to do a quick introduction of the Unified Remote Workplace and our team. And then Stephane is going to be sharing the presentation, and feel free to put questions and comments in the chat. We plan on having lots of time for interaction after the presentation. And time allowing, we'll have time for some networking as well. And I already know that Stephane's got an appointment booked at 3. We're going to put him into a breakout room. So if there's somebody you see on this call and you go, hey, we'd like to go and connect in a breakout room after what, just leave that in the chat and we'll try to figure that out as well to the best of our abilities. So let's get this started and we'll just go around the room. And hey, Bernie, you're an old hat at this. Would you mind starting us off?
Certainly, Margaret Ann. My name is Bernie Fransbrook, Creative Insight Consultants, Inc. And what we do is B2B connections, or actually people-to-people connections. The business just happens to be the part of the parcel of it. I've just put my chat details inside the chat. And so if you need to get a hold of me, want to book an appointment with me, there you go. Thank you, Margaret Ann.
Awesome. Thanks so much for joining us, Bernie. Also my partner at Connect Ottawa. Sabina Denel, how about you share about you?
Hi, Margaret Ann. So my name's Sabina. I'm a financial advisor and educator. I was a teacher for 20 years before changing careers. So I bring that experience to helping people better understand their finances.
Awesome. Well, great to have you here. Like I said, it's been a while since I've seen you as well. And Maria, are you able to chat? I'm not sure. Maybe not. We'll come back to you, Maria. Anna, how about Anna?
Oh, I'm here. I'm sitting here in sunny Edinburgh now. It's pitch dark and I am just dreaming myself away. Anyway, I'm a management consultant and I am the kind of the creative problem solver. And I also help management develop the leadership skills, and I do that on group training sessions or one-to-one sessions. I also help small entrepreneurs to get good ideas of how to either get funding or get funded. It's 2 different matters. And basically, I'm also a board member, advisor, anything connected to business. That's me. I will flip everything necessary to flip.
Well, thank you for joining us from sunny or dark Edinburgh. I always love your backdrop. Great to have you here. And Maria, I see you're back without a mask, so go ahead. How are you? You are on mute, though.
Okay, yeah. I'm playing on my phone right now. I am in transit.
Oh no!
So this is a definite remote workspace experiment.
Yeah.
And what happened there was I was on my data, and I guess I got close to somebody's Wi-Fi, and it booted me off because the signal wasn't strong enough. So lesson 1 with remote workplace, have a strong connection.
I love it. Well, thanks for joining us. Oh.
Yeah, I will put some information in before I start driving just to be safe. But I'm going to turn the camera off so y'all don't have to watch my face as I'm trying to figure out traffic.
Okay, well, nice to have you here, Maria. And you're right. The virtual remote working is working on the road as well, although make sure you pull over and be safe. And Fiona.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, hi. I work in the government relations and association management space. So I'm currently executive director of the Canadian Foundry Association. So I represent the metal casting industry. And I also am executive director for a charity called the Foundry Education Foundation of Canada. And we hand out scholarships to students who want to go into the metal casting trades. So, and you know, with the pandemic, I do work in downtown Ottawa, but I've been mostly relegated to my office here. And so any, you know, advice, tips, and I can get for, you know, being able to reach out to my members more effectively is most welcome. So I'm very glad you're hosting this, Margaret, and thank you very much.
Awesome. Well, it's great to see you, Fiona. And James, how about you?
Hi, my name is James Lauber. Company is Grafton SST. We do communications training, which is really culture training, which is a growing requirement in most industries. We do that by decomposing why and how humans communicate, because at the root of it, no matter what we're doing in our personal relationships or our work relationships, we're all humans first, and we bring our humanity with us. And sometimes that leads to some challenges. So we help to resolve that.
Nice. Well, great to have you here, James. Thank you. And Angela.
Well, thank you very much. Well, my name is Angela Gala Gonzalez. I'm a physician. I've been in the medical industry for over 30 years, 23 in my country and somewhere outside of my country as well. And then I immigrated to the United States in 2014. And I started working with the Houston Health Department. And I did so for 6 years as a management analyst for public health. I founded my business as a health coach in 2019. So I've been in business 3 years. I work with women transitioning to menopause. And yeah, it's very personal. I just switched my career because I went through that. And I decided that this is something, I mean, my experience and everything that I tried on myself that did work have to be put outside there and then in a different way, not through medication, not through, you know, those 15 minutes where a doctor doesn't have a time to really touch that person. And that's my passion. I am now full-time business entrepreneur. I'm trying to grow my business. It's been just for three months since I quit my job. That took a lot of, you know, courage to decide, yes, I am going full-time business. And that's exactly what I'm doing. And I am enjoying, you know, getting in network and getting to know people and putting out there my voice as well. So thank you very much for having me.
Perfect. Well, I'm glad to have you, Angela. It's a very interesting business. And you know what? That really affects everybody. So that is awesome. And education, yeah, for sure, for sure. Now, Ricardo. Oh my gosh, Ricardo, you were there. Are you able to talk to us? You are on mute. Okay, Ricardo, if you can hear us, I would love you to put your information into the chat box so we can get to know a little bit more about you. I know you've been having some challenges getting onto this call, so I imagine you might be working where there's not a lot of Wi-Fi. I'm just going to guess that. So right now, I'm going to move over to Stephane.
Yeah, my name is Stephane, but I have a rule of thumb, which is once a gentleman, forever a gentleman. So I'm not going to talk about me. I'm going to talk about my business partner today. And my business partner is Margaret Ann Davis. So Margaret Ann is a connector. Whether that is a business, that is business or personal, she sees the importance of community and bring the people together. She's the co-founder of Connect Ottawa, you already know that, and a partner with the Unified Remote Workplace. She's taking a vision and making it a reality. She intuitively sees the threads of an opportunity that win through an organization, bring them together into a coherent whole, helps others extend their thinking and drive material business advantage. In a few words, she's an inspirational leader who tells stories that inspire action while at the same time is grounded in an active networking information, and that levers the business. This is why I love to work with Margaret, and I will keep till the last drop of my minutes of my life work with Margaret.
Wow, thank you. Okay, I am okay. I'm actually gobsmacked. Okay, thank you, Stephane. Well, I'm going to I am turning this back to you, and I'm going to introduce Stephane, who is going to be actually showcasing this topic today. And Stephane Metral, he is part of a team we met about a year ago. In the last 3 months, we've been working like crazy people and accomplished a lot. And that's kind of why also this virtual office that we're showcasing is also very passionate and something I'm really in line with, because we actually walk the talk. So Stephane Metral is the founder and creator of Unified Remote Workplace. He is an experienced digital ecosystem architect and business development specialist with a demonstrated history of 30 plus years working in the computer software industry. He is ready and always ready to support and educate entrepreneurs and corporations on ways to collaborate and coordinate more effectively with their teams during the post-COVID-19 era. He is a firm believer that AI, machine learning, and robotic process automation applied to business working, sorry, I'm letting somebody in, applied to business workflows can empower entrepreneurs and staff with all the tools they need to balance growth and quality in a remote work environment. So like I mentioned, I'm truly grateful also, Stephane, to have you on the team. It has been quite the journey and an educational experience for myself. But without any further ado, I'm going to pass this over. Well, actually, no, I'm going to share a few other people that are on our team. We're very big team players, and not, as you know, or have heard today, Bernie also on this call is a co-founder and partner and part of the team on Connect Ottawa. But in Unified, we also have Paul Young, who's from the UK, and Hisham, that's part of our team from Paris. And of course, let's not forget our silent partner, AI, who we love to refer to as Jessica. So now I'll turn it over to Stephane for a special treat as he introduces our two special guest speakers, and we'll get this party started.
Yes, because usually when you are into a conference or a webinar, you expect the keynote speaker to speak, right? But here today, we're talking about virtual office and especially what artificial intelligence can do for you guys, right? So let's take the example that today I'm not going to talk about anything, but I have colleagues, and those colleagues are totally virtual. So they prepared the presentation and they're going to play it for us today. So I'm going to introduce our two virtual artificial intelligence being, so that you can't touch them, but you can hear them, who are Andrew and Rosalie. And Andrew and Rosalie are going to play the webinar for us today. So that's first of a kind. Normally it works fine. I'm going to share the video, and it's going to be a 10 minutes presentation. What I love of that is that, you know, they could work 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. And I could go to Cuba with our friend here, Angela. Are you ready to dance salsa with me? And then let the artificial intelligence being do the work for you. Well, most of the work, because again, we need to build relationship in a business network, in a distributed network. So with no further ado, I'm going to hand over to Andrew and Rosalie. We've tested that. So normally the share screen you're going to see should be playing the conference for today. Let's try to do this. Share screen, video. virtual office. And here we go. Margaret, can I have a confirmation that you see the screen? Okay, so let's do it. See you in 10 minutes and 11 seconds. I leave the stage to Andrew and Rosalie.
What does a virtual office experience really mean when it comes to communication with your customers? Unified Remote Workplace will be showcasing efficient ways to track all communications and have them input in a customer record. My name is Andrew, one of the first artificial intelligence digital assistants with the Unified Remote Workplace platform. And I am going to be your host for today's presentation. Let's start the show. Are your customers reaching out to you through various channels? Do you want to offer more communication channels to your customers? Do you want to know and understand your customers better from a single user interface? These questions plus a whole lot more.
Hello, Andrew. Greetings, everyone. My name is Rosalind, and I am a virtual assistant as well. This is the beginning of a customized virtual office experience you can have access to, using artificial intelligence with machine learning and robotic process automation. All you need to do is plan and do. The digital solution for entrepreneurs and effective business people. Unified Remote Workplace is a digital ecosystem that is a dynamic, interconnected network that necessitates reliable communication among customers and trading partners. It allows enterprises to leverage new and legacy technologies, build automated processes around them to continually grow a business.
Today we will overview what a virtual office can do for you. Since the possibilities are vast, we will only review 12 major features. First, the virtual office is the ideal place for solopreneurs to organize and perform their business from anywhere. You can access your data, documents, and communication channels from the mobile app available for iPhone, iPad, and Android devices. Shall we proceed, Rosalind?
Thank you, Andrew. A quick note here, the virtual office is scalable, so manufacturers and small medium-sized businesses can easily adapt it as well as large corporations. 70% of users are 1 to 50 employees organizations. Stay connected anywhere. One thing in common small and medium-sized businesses, service companies, retailers, and manufacturers have is they gather staff in a single building or a distributed network of locations. We help you maximize your resources around pipeline management with more organizational capabilities and better record-keeping abilities. Let's start. Feature number 1. Agenda and booking calendar. Let your visitors and prospects pick a date for their availability and it will sync your agendas, booking your resources in the meantime.
Amazing, Rosalind. Unified gathers a company calendar, workgroup's calendar. You can even sync your Google Calendar or your iPhone or MacBook ones as well. Now, communication tools. Virtual office users have access to unlimited video calls and conversations, and can keep track of them. You can literally communicate on chat messengers or HD video conference calls at all times with your teams, clients, prospects, and providers.
Client management at all times. You can manage clients from a single interface. You will never have to open a dozen different software, tabs, or records. Just overview your client's history, emails, conversations, activities in a blink of an eye. As well as review leads, deals, analytics, products, and more. Possibilities are endless and you choose the way you want to work, taking control of your own schedule and workflows. Andrew? Tell us more about flowchart workflows and blueprint capabilities.
Sure, Rosalind. Any workgroup collaborative space has a mind map tool available. Sketching any ideas to brainstorm in teams, designing business processes, you can rapidly blueprint your roadmaps to improve visual presentations with dynamic features like assigning users, tasks, and events. Your mind maps can interconnect one to another, so you can navigate between them. Let's review now the integration with social network channels.
Yes, Andrew. Let's talk about social selling intelligence. Plan your social network channels activities, once for all. Configure your sales intelligence with your traffic sources such as Google Ads, Facebook, Instagram email marketing, and other types of traffic. But first, think about delivering a seamless experience to your clients, And that will start with websites and integrated internet pages, right, Andrew?
Absolutely, Rosalind. Here is one amazing feature to remember: the site generator. Not to mention that hosting fees are included. You can literally build unlimited websites and integrated pages that will accommodate your client's journey. I strongly recommend that everyone use the site generator to create a multi-page website with open channels of communication. The virtual office offers so much, like integrated telephony, chat, messenger, CRM forms. The purpose of artificial intelligence is to replicate human behaviors in an effective way. Traditionally, marketing campaigns consume a lot of resources and manpower from design to execution. Let's hop on how artificial intelligence can help our clients.
Sure, Andrew. Campaign your audiences with artificial intelligence. The CRM marketing capabilities in the virtual office allow you to manage your marketing campaigns with emails, SMS, messenger conversations, voice broadcasting, audio calls, paid ads. Alternatively, you can use retargeting and sales boost for leads and deals. This will streamline the way you maximize your marketing investments, both in terms of time and, of course, budgets. The purpose is to create a stream of interests on topics that competitors have not identified yet and be the first on that precise market segment you have just uncovered. You become more agile and acute than your competition when delivering your products and services. Let's touch base with online shops and e-commerce. Before the pandemic, your online sales might have represented no more than 20% of your billing activities. But time and habits have changed. Now more than ever is the time to build a catalog and sell online. You can integrate Stripe and build your products or services catalog. The virtual office allows you to use conventional or SMS payments, manage procurement and inventory from the warehouse.
Having an eye on the sales and the funnels is a must-have. Every CEO or manager or entrepreneur needs to attend these. Lead as well as sales and funnel analysis. Whatever your sales process is, the virtual office allows you to analyze your sales funnels and leads, staff performance, and sales trends. You can even monitor activities and build reports. The lead funnel shows the number of leads that went through each status. Manage then those stages through a Kanban board and visualize who should have priority to allocate the appropriate resources and time to them. Rosalind? What about collaboration on documents?
Indeed, Andrew, indeed. Document sharing and collaboration. Presentations, documents, videos, and any other files can be placed for download, collaboration, or private use. Write comments, attach new document version, receive feedback in no time. Team collaboration is crucial to customer experience, so the unique single source and version of the truth are pivotal when working on versions of documents, either at the same time or asynchronously. Not only you can define access permissions, but you can also grant roles, privileges, and public publication rights. That applies to contracts, white papers, brochures, ebooks, statements of work, bills of materials with spreadsheets up all the way to slides deck presentation. You even have a PDF converter included. Isn't that useful, Andrew, when it comes to engaging with your various market segments? Tell us more about it, will you?
Happy to do so, Rosalind. The virtual office can help you with your social selling activities through the contact center modules and their related apps. I encourage everyone to visit our website unifiedremote.work and book a discovery call with us. In a few words, engage markets with multi-channel apps. Use email, telephony, call tracking, CRM and online store channels, websites, widgets, forms, Facebook ads, live chats, WhatsApp, Viber, Telegram, Apple Messages, Instagram Business. As the virtual office is a 100% open API platform, you can order new apps integration. Just make the call. Rosalind, before we wrap up, can you tell us which is your favorite integrated app? Come on, share that last one with us.
How nice of you, Andrew. Well, there are a lot of apps to integrate with the virtual office, more than 440. My takeaway would be the following. Customize your office with open API apps. Integrate your favorite accounting apps to manage and keep your books in good standing for your tax filing and invoicing needs. Choose which integrations you will need next. For me, and we are going to finish on that final note. I love QuickBooks and its ability to keep the records in good standing, invoice clients. Though, that needs to be purchased separately, like many other apps you will choose to add to your interface. That will be all for today. Gratitude for your time and attention. Visit our website and follow our LinkedIn page to receive our latest updates and promotions.
And here we are. So most of you must be under a certain shock because it's a non-conventional way to showcase a content. But practically, when you're using artificial intelligence to promote one service or explain what you can do, then you demultiply yourself, because this type of technology, which is based on artificial intelligence and natural language processing, it's a text to speech. So what you have to do is to prepare your scenario and your presentation from a writing standpoint. And then after, you ask your artificial entities to play their role. So there are avatars, if you would like to compare them to a surrogate, for example. But actually, here's what they're doing. They can repeat the message endlessly, 24/7 on many channels, including audio calls. So when you are trying to reach out a market, you have to prospect. But frankly, we have a limited time to prospect some markets and reach out to people, where the numbers game needs us to multiplicate our actions. So when you're using those type of surrogates, they can deliver the message more rapidly on the market, and then you are following what we call the pull strategy. People are coming at you, asking questions, and then engaging with you with conversation. That would be a one-to-one call, discovery call. You don't have to run 24/7 or all the time, on cold calls yourself, just market and promote your activity. The virtual office gathered more than 400 applications. So in 10 minutes time, showcasing 400 software, it's impossible. This is why I've chosen with my friends, my artificial friends here, to showcase, a quick presentation about the summary of the main 12 points of a virtual office. If you'd like to know more, I invite you to visit the unifiedremote.org with an HTTP protocol. That's HTTP //unifiedremote.org. Everything is written down there. And if you'd like to have one specific demonstration of 1, 2, 3, 15 software, we can have an appointment together, and I can walk you through sharing the screen and how you can use the virtual office interface for your own business if you are curious about it. Do you guys have any question?
Oh, Fiona, yeah, everybody can unmute if you like, as long as your house is, as long as your place is fairly quiet, and we can have a conversation. So thanks, Stephane. That was pretty cool. Actually, it's the first time I saw it. He was working on that today, and I thought it was kind of cool because it was like, well, this is what we're talking about. So why not do this and present it this way? So well done, Stephane. So Fiona, go ahead.
Yes. So question, and I'm sure you've had this before, and so a lot of my members use Microsoft Teams, or they'll use Google, and they have capabilities, but can you summarize, what additional features what you're offering would provide over that? And I know that it's a lot.
Yeah.
But just for comparative purposes.
So in order to compare apples with apples, oranges with oranges, Microsoft Teams is mainly a communication tools that are used to collaborate. Whether the virtual office, aka Unified Remote Workplace, is a collaboration platform. We can integrate Microsoft Teams if people are using that legacy tool. But again, Microsoft Teams is very restricted in terms of capabilities, because on Microsoft Teams, you cannot call for a document and then start on Microsoft Teams to work on the same document asynchronously or synchronously.
Right.
You can do you can do versioning, but then you have to use Office 365. And because we are Microsoft partners, we have that API. So on the virtual office, you can call for your Office 365 document. You can get from your one box from Microsoft your stored document for the amount of storage you have with Microsoft and pay, of course, the license to Microsoft. Or you can use the document generator management that we have, which is a word processor generator, a spreadsheet generator, and a presentation generator. I am not going to use Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, but technically it's the same. It's the same. It's only that our system is integrated and doesn't leave the the platform. Plus, if you get at least let's say 15 gigabytes of storage on Google Drive, which is cool, we offer 1,000 for the same thing. Microsoft Team would be compared to our HD conference video calls, one-to-one or one-to-many, as much as we have Zoom. And Zoom is also integrated in our platform, but then you have to pay your Zoom license and your Zoom subscription. Yeah. The HD conference room video call from you and me, Fiona, would be free forever, and we can leave that open all day long, all year long if necessary, because that's a peer-to-peer connection. It's secured, it's encrypted with 256 kilobyte keys encryption, so that's very secure. And the bandwidth is adapted depending on your connection. So if you have a low connection, you can switch back to simple definition, very much like this HD definition you have on YouTube or the HD definition. Why? Because someone is using the smartphone or have a local, rural, low bandwidth connection, and then you must adapt.
Margaret Ann.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that is done automatically. You don't have to go in the settings and start, tweaking your numbers and
right.
So that's the main difference. Now, what's happening on the platform that is not happening on Microsoft Teams? If you launch a social media campaign, an ad campaign on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Instagram business, whatever your promotional channel would be, you're doing that at the same time. You're not doing from 1 to 2 that activity, from 2 to 3 that activity, and that is managed by AI because that has been planned. You're using templates that are displaying your marketing assets, whether they're going to be PDF documents, brochures, ebooks, videos, or posts on social media, and that generates a lot of leads, and you have that lead to deal engine, which is in fact a CRM, and that Microsoft is not integrating that in the same time, at the same place, in the same digital space.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. That was very helpful. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Anybody else? I see a few things behind. Is for solopreneurs, is this a good solution?
Yeah, well, the question is for me, right? Okay, so the advantage for a solopreneur is that first, every information, data, customer, even your accounting system is at the same place. You don't have to log in, log out on 6, 7, 10, 20 software, even pay for 20 softwares. If you do that, you're going to end up paying $600, $2,000 per month, depending on how many apps you're using. Secondly, you can demultiply yourself. Why? Because you first draw a mind map of what you want to do in terms of workflows, which are your business model and your business Canva. Then you start to say, I want to do prospection, I want to do marketing, I want to do video, and those are planned activities that you are setting on a Gantt chart, and that goes into your calendar. Then you receive a notification to start your activity number 1. So it's the best way to keep track of your goals, plus the sequences of workshops you want to accomplish during a week and not being sidetracked. by any type of distraction. That virtual office is a kind of self-coach for people that are using it, to keep them safe. I know some of you are coaches, but you're taking care of your customer. Now I'm just asking the question, who's taking care of you if it's not artificial intelligence, keeping you on the track of your own challenges, your own workshop, and then you receive your own notification on your smartphone because we have a mobile application. And that helps, most of solo entrepreneurs not to be alone or in a restricted small team. You multiply your action in the same time and you go for what you're good at, relationships.
That's right. So I'm just gonna add a little to that, is because this was all, like, of course, new to me in the last year, and what I think is very cool for solopreneurs, and we talk about team building and collaboration and bringing people together, because gone are the days of really working alone. And one of the things that intrigued me is the AI. So you actually train AI, and how do you do that? Oh, it's easy, by just doing. And what I also like is sometimes humans are not always as accountable for their actions, or don't show up on time, or don't have their projects completed. And this is one way that it really pushes you to be the best version of yourself, because you are accountable to no one but you and this AI machine. So if you have a problem and you want to keep on track and keep going, that is one thing that I've really enjoyed. The pop-ups, the notifications, the things saying, get the job done, get the shit done. So anybody else have any comments, feedbacks, questions that they like to throw out here?
I have a question. Does this incorporate a copy generator or something? Because I kind of understand that at some point, Stephane, you said something about generating messages for marketing or so.
Yeah, I think that the best thing to do, I'm going to share the screen of the interface. So actually you will see the virtual office with your own eyes instead of listening to my friends, Andrew and Rosalie. Okay, share the screen. That would be.
Oh, and hi, Jacqueline. Nice to see you. I know you popped on a little later when we were just starting, but great to see you here.
So, Margaret, do we see my screen here?
Yes, I can see your screen.
So that's the user interface. And what Angela was asking is about the document here. So you can generate the document like this. Like if I want to create a document, I'm just clicking on a new document and I can work on it. So if it's that we were mentioning as copy generator, you can type whatever you want. It's the same as a word processor, and you don't have to click on save. It's already saved, and if I want to reopen it, the document has been modified. It is already stored. You don't have to click and save and put that in a folder, and you can work on it. Now you're just saying, oh, I don't want to work alone with that, so I go here, I click public access, so I can have a link. So I can send that link to my colleagues or to a copywriter, someone that's going to review what I'm doing, whether that's technical or for just grammar and orthographics mistakes. And you can also invite and share with users. The thing is that I can invite Margaret, then Bernie, then Paul, and then we're a team of 4. We're going to be more productive. Why? Because I was alone with my document with only my vision. Now I can refer to Bernie with his wisdom, and extended knowledge, and he can comment. He can say, Stephane, you're not gearing the communication strategy in the right direction, and he can coach me on that. Meanwhile, I'm producing. So that's would be the perfect, I would say, example of how you are communicating on document, but also if you have to communicate with your peers, you can have your several emails, so you just have the inboxes here, and then you can manage different things. For example, if I open here, I am seeing that I'm invited today, by the way, to the Small Business Information Expo by the Government of Canada. So, that's very cool, because meanwhile, I'm with you guys. I'm also, aware that I can do business with the government of Canada, and I will be jumping on another platform that would be the government ones this time, to network with the directors and ask questions. So my schedule is very well managed. And at the end of the day, I've performed 12, 15, up to sometimes 20 meetings. In the real world, in a normal day, most people cannot achieve that, because it needs to be interconnected. That's what the platform is doing. Any other question?
Oh, Maria, you got, I see a hand up over there.
Yeah, I had to put my hand up because, yeah. So my question is just, my laptop doesn't love me. And I'm just wondering the minimum requirement in terms of like a processor and RAM, all that stuff.
Yeah, so the minimum requirement if you want to work on the platform is the following.
She probably won't be able to see it.
Yeah, it's a phone.
I'm like, oh, I can't see the bottom of my phone.
So you can work everything I've showcased today. You can do it from the phone. I used to have a 7.8 screen. Then my big Android smartphone broke. Then I'm working on a 4.3 iPhone, which is cool. I love iPhones, but the small is really no, the screen is really small. Pardon my French. But there is no minimum requirement. What is really important is to have a connection or a good data plan. I advise everybody to take unlimited package when you're signing up with Rogers, Bell, or whoever you'll be working from a smartphone. But if you have a Chromebook, a laptop, or a desktop, you don't need to have a strong, powerful computer, because all the work and all the resources are done on the server side, which is the virtual office. So that virtual office, it's 64 gigabytes of RAM, and we can ramp it up until 300 gigabytes of RAM, which is huge.
Okay. So it offers integration between email, documents, calendar, and what else? Well, literally, okay, I'll just answer this. Like, you can, let's say if you are a solopreneur, well, it doesn't matter if you're a team, a solopreneur, whatever, it literally takes you from A to Z in business. So if you need a website, you can do the mind maps and have your customer journey. You integrate your emails. The nice thing about emails and newsletters and CRM forms, it's unlimited. So when you have MailChimp or others, you have to start paying more at a certain threshold of the number of subscribers. With this platform, everything is included. So you can literally have thousands. The nice thing about the websites, which we're not going to go there really, but they are websites, but not really websites, with unlimited landing pages. So literally you can have built 10 websites that are all interconnected in one. Jessica, we were talking about is your answering machine. So they actually can pick up your emails, answer your messages, and then guide to a real human when needed. Get rid of or sort the calls into a CRM lead to deal. I'm just sharing a few things because I was a small business owner coming in here, and Stephane actually came from the corporate world. So when he talks and I talk, we sometimes talk different languages, because I'm more like, simple. And he's taught me how to be corporate. And I'm going, but this is the one thing I always knew, is it didn't really matter the size of our businesses. It's just a different scale as to what we're using. So that's what I think is cool. So the really cool thing about this also is, if you want to scale your business, there's probably no better way than doing it this way, because it literally does take you from A to Z. Does that give you a little bit more information, Sabina, about what things are included? Okay.
Yeah, in fact, when you compare, portfolio or wallet-wise, when you're using a virtual office, you don't have minimum to spend on your credit card another 30 softwares. because the flat rate of 186 Canadian dollars is just gathering as much as 30 other softwares. And if you would have spent that, you would have spent over $800 per month, where you just, are saving money on that, saving time. But also it means that when you are on that virtual office, when you're building a website, for example, with a website generator, the great feature that people say, hey, how much do I owe for hosting? Nothing. You're already paying the flat rate. We are not going to charge you for the air you're breathing. You don't have to host your website because your website is your platform. Why? Because you don't have to hire a CRM as well, because your virtual office is a CRM. I say, yeah, but I need to hire someone that is going to do data entry. No, you use that strategy of other people's work, OPW. The customer, the prospect, are qualifying themselves by engaging with the famous Jessica, which is in fact a widget, an artificial intelligence robot. And that robot is on your website, on your chat messenger, and can have a conversation. The conversation can be texting in the messenger, like you have already had that experience in a few websites where you have a pop-up on the bottom right, and then you start saying hello, and at some point it's a bot. So it's pre-canned messages. The difference between the most of the widget and the famous Jessica is that it's called conversation intersection. The AI recognizes the patterns of the conversation. And when the AI is recognizing the triggers, such as we call that purchase signals, right? That conversation is not a human to a machine conversation, but it is intercepted and they transfer the dialogue of the conversation to you. Then you're at the other end of the chat, and then you have a real human-to-human chatting conversation. The thing is, because telephony is integrated on the virtual office, you are one click away to have a telephonic conversation with those guys, which is more voice to voice and not text to text, right? And then you build trust. And from the trust goes that relationship, and that relationship is converted with time into a customer loyalty relationship, because they are building bonds with you. But at the beginning, at day one, you have 10,000 prospects. Which one must have priority? You don't know. You're alone. You're alone, and you're facing 1,000 or hundreds per day. Which one must you take care of first? You don't know, unless you have some machines qualifying them, recognizing the pattern, and having a kind of paddock where it's saying, okay, talk with that lady first, that man first, that family first. And then it's because it's a mix of sense of urgency, necessity, and readiness. But how you are alone to quantify that, unless those psychological and social behavior are analyzed by artificial intelligence, they recognize that, and then they are just funneling to you those that are ready to purchase within the shortest delays. So you're happy to have first every day, you're going to meet like 30 people. But out of 30 people, you might have only the time to talk to 7. But if you have 7 qualified conversations per day, and that repeats over 5 days, you've been having 35 potential contracts during that week. It's more than 120 at the end of the month. It's again a numbers game again. And that's over the month of the year. You're ending up with what? 300 new customers. I'm asking here, who would be happy to have 300 more customers per year?
There you go.
Yeah,
I think everybody would be happy to have more.
Bernie's smiling. Yeah. He might be interested. So that's how you organize your hunt, because we're all in a same economy. We are striving For what we do, we have struggles like everyone else, including me, but we need to see what's coming up and we need to generate that interest. For me, as far as I'm concerned, no, I'm never going to run out of a weekly funnel, and I'm following around 400, 420 leads a month. It's way more than I can handle. I can handle maybe 10% of it. But the good thing is that you can nurture those that are in that segment of prospect, not ready yet. They're not ready from a budget standpoint. They are not ready from a psychological standpoint. Sometimes it's the maturity of the understanding of the offer. They need to be nurtured more, or they need to learn more by browsing around with the competition, trying, exploring, and if they fail, they will come back to you eventually. Why? Because you're the latest and only available solution that they haven't tried yet. But you must give them time, to be accustomed to what you're doing.
So on that note, Stephane, I'm just going to step in. We are at 2:53, so this hour is it's going quick. Just want to see if anybody else has any questions. One other thing, actually, we're doing video calls here. They probably touched on it, but it's another convenience that is really cool when you're in the system to instantly have video calls. Many days, Stephane and I have an open call all day, so it's like you're at the office, you come back, whatever, you eat, you leave, you come back, but they're always there, and you can actually have a couple calls. We could be doing a video call right now on a Zoom call as well. So there's not too many things that can do that to stay connected with your team. Fiona, you had another question?
Yeah, just a question about existing websites, because I had a major overhaul done of our website just 6 months ago. So how would this integrate with an existing website? And can it?
So if you have an existing website, you wouldn't need the site generator. What can be done is that the artificial intelligence called CRM marketing or lead to the engine, which are the funnels and the tunnels and the pipelines, can be embedded with codes, and we can copy paste that to your existing website. So if there is an existing website, you don't have to regenerate another one inside the virtual office. We can use the marketing engine, have the codes that are ready, and it's pretty much cool because you can even do that yourself. It's copy paste to code.
Perfect.
So
okay.
if you're not very familiar with HTML, we can teach you where to show the tag, where are the tags in your code, and then we can do that for you once or twice. Then you're educated how to do that. The only thing you have to do is to use the virtual office, prepare your marketing assets, and then after we copy paste this code, that would be the communication widget or any type of CRM form data capture that are taking the information from the customer, which I was referring that to other people's work. And then they are qualifying themselves with a questionnaire. That questionnaire, you don't have to copy paste it back in a CRM. The customer, the prospect just already did it right away. So that's a lot of productivity gain and time gain and simplicity as well. And you have this dashboard to see who is coming in and who is asking what.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Cool. So as you're going to notice from this call, because we have from, I know, solopreneurs to corporate on here, it really is about designing your experience. So I think, if you listen to the video or whatever, it kind of gives you a general idea of what's for offer. But really, I always say the possibilities are limited only by your imagination. We literally can take your vision and make that a reality, but we need to know what you need. And everything, of course, is about the customer journey. So just like today, our call was to, introduce you to what we're doing. We are also a startup, new company coming out there, really excited to be putting the things together ourselves. We're working it, we're walking the talk. We also are going to be partners with Lenovo Business Corporation to give people the hardware and stuff they need in their office as well. So literally everything that you need to be successful and run a virtual business. And we also are very passionate about team building. So we have some experiences that we've designed for team building, for hospitality industry, for coaching, to kind of illustrate how we want to help bring people together. Because here's the thing, I think that since we went into the COVID era, we are busier than ever, and we can be on 1,000 calls a day, and we have a whole pile of people. So I used to say, do you have a stack of business cards on your desk like this? Sometimes it was like, okay, I'm never going to get through it. Let's throw them away and start over. So you need, if you want to be productive and scale your business, this is an ideal way to start, because it's going to keep you organized. It's going to keep you on track. It's going to create templates. You're going to have everything you need. And of course, on that, then we're always looking for people who want to collaborate, be part of this digital ecosystem that we are in, that I'm very proud to be partnering with Stephane about. So at 2:57, I'm going to suggest this. Bernie usually always does this on our Connect Ottawa calls, but there is 3 dots at the bottom that you click and download the chats if you want to see what was in there. Stephane, if you want to, I did share the link to the Unified Remote Work. If you want to go and check that out, click away and tour, you'll actually see what we've just accomplished there. It'll give you an idea of a site that you can build on your own. And when you're building a team, which is cool, is if you're a solopreneur, this is what I want you to think about too. When you bring people together, everybody could have their own website, but you could all be part of one. So if you want to build that practice or that corporation or that virtual health center or whatever, the possibilities again are limited only by your imagination. And Jacqueline, I know you're here on with mortgages, like, you could be building a professional virtual office, that stands out amongst the rest. On that, we've got 2 minutes. Any last minute?
Yes. I just wanted, to thank everybody for coming today to that conference. And I have one final word and takeaway for you guys. Usually when people are looking for a new technology or attending a new technology conference, they say, what does it do? The thing is, the answer is everything. So it's more about designing your customer experience, what you want to achieve first, and then we can go straight into the module that is doing it. Because otherwise that would be showcasing more than 400 softwares. This is impossible. One software per day. We're in 2023. So guys, it's all up to you to say, hey, you know what, Stephane? Let's have a call. I would like to do this. I can show you in a few minutes the blurb of it, the start of it, how you rapidly can do that with the platform, and then oh, I can achieve that. And if you have other 1, 2, or 3 or 4 challenges, we can review them back to back or over 1 or 2 or 3 sessions. Then you are just saying, oh my God, if I'm doing that, I'm doing 80% of what I wanted to achieve in 2022. That's pretty much that.
Okay. And then the thing, as mentioned, there's been some people on here from Connect Ottawa. We invite you to join us there. The link's there. You can just come on in and post your questions, comments. Stephane and I are there or on LinkedIn, and we are at 3 o'clock. So we're going to let you all go because I'm sure you're going to be running to another call and you might need a little break before then. So thanks again for joining us and have a great afternoon.
Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye, Marisa. Nice to see you.
This was
I gotta
great.
turn this
Thank you.
live off, eh?